Hey everyone, welcome back to Homestead Corner. I'm Jenny, and today I thought we would talk about 10 of the most overlooked preps that a lot of people forget to get into this. When we are prepping, a lot of times we forget things. We start focusing in certain areas of our prepping supplies, and we forget other things that may be pretty important to have in our preps. So we may be focusing on how to get good safe heat in our homes, or how to get a good first aid supply or a big food storage, but we want to make sure that we're not forgetting some other pretty important items. Not necessarily you're going to die without them, but they are nice to have and will make things a lot easier, especially in a long-term situation. So the first thing that I have on my list is coffee. I couldn't forget coffee, but some people do. I mean, especially if you are not a coffee drinker, but maybe your spouse is, that might be something that you kind of slips your mind because it's not really something for you. But having that coffee is definitely important. Ground coffee is not going to last long term in your pantry. Most coffees have about a year shelf life, and they'll go beyond that. 18 months, maybe 2 years if they're sealed and stored properly. But ground coffee really isn't good for a long-term solution. Instant coffee is one of those things, sealed up in good storage conditions. It's going to last for decades. It's not going to go bad. Most instant coffees are freeze-dried, so they're going to last in your pantry. The second thing a lot of people forget are sweets, candies, things like that. Not necessarily huge amounts of them, but when you go, if you have children, you go into a long-term emergency, let's say a grid down, a collapse, something like that, you're going to want a little something in there for a morale booster to help keep normalcy for your kids, things like that. Just, they're not going to get candy every day, but maybe at the end of the week, a special treat or something like that. It would be nice to have it so you can kind of work it in here and there. And it really is a morale booster when things are kind of low. It's nice to have that little nibble of chocolate or, a piece of hard candy, whatever it is that your family enjoys. Number 3, glasses, extra glasses, contacts. If you use contacts can be good. In a long-term situation, I would definitely recommend having glasses because contacts are not going to last long-term. Having those extra reading glasses, prescription glasses, whatever you use, and a maintenance kit to go with it. You want to be able to repair them if anything happens. I have had screws fall out of the bows of the glasses and things like that happens to sunglasses, regular glasses, but I think it's really important to have those in your stockpile so when you need them. Number 4 is books, toys, crayons, markers, paints, stuff like that, stuff to entertain the kids when the grid is down. Board games are wonderful. Deck of playing cards doesn't take up much space. You can do tons of different games with it. Having those kind of entertainment items will be really important. And, we talk about in my other videos, making sure we have how-tos, DIYs, all kinds of emergency books and things like that. But we also want to have some stuff for entertainment. So in those times where we don't have electricity or we have downtime, it's going to give us something to keep our mind off the situation. And a lot of times, especially if you have children, you want to make sure you have stuff that is not electronic that you can use with them and keep them occupied so you can get things done as well. And number 5, along with those entertainment items, I really think that if you are really into music or anything like that, having some sort of musical, a guitar, a banjo, spoons, maybe you play the jug, I don't know. But having those kind of things around, music soothes the savage beast. It really does. It can really calm you down and be a wonderful thing. So if you enjoy any of that stuff, or someone in your family does, but you want to make sure it's non-electric. Not, you don't want electric guitars are going to be no use without electricity. So having those non-electric items can definitely be great, and it can be a form of entertainment for the entire family. If one person's really into the guitar, it can really help out everyone. Another big one that gets overlooked a lot is feminine hygiene. And as a woman, we think of that stuff. But as a man, we don't always think of those things. And if you have younger daughters, if we went into a long-term situation, I would want to be prepared for when they come of age and start their cycle, and being prepared for that is really important. So, if you have a 9 or 10-year-old daughter, and it could come in the next couple of years, having some feminine hygiene products, whether it be disposable or, definitely, I think in a long-term situation, you would want to have something reusable, and being able to show them how to use those products is really important. And so a lot of times we remember stuff for us, but we need to remember our younger children are going to grow up. And number 7, protection for sex. Those younger children are going to grow up and also ourselves and things like that. During long-term emergencies, women eat healthier, they become more fertile. Having more babies in a depression or a collapse can be extremely difficult for everyone involved. So I think having protection for sex, whatever kind you choose to keep on hand, I think that's really important. Number 8, vitamins and minerals. A lot of people forget those because they don't take them every day. Right now, we all eat a lot of fresh food. We eat the best nutrients that we can. In a long-term situation, or with inflation as high as it is right now, we need to remember we're pulling more from our pantries, and dried, canned, frozen foods don't have as many nutrients as those fresh foods do. And we're going to need a boost when we don't have that. So making sure that we have some sort of vitamins and, a decent selection, minerals, things like that, just to make sure we're getting what we need. And number 9, a gas mask and filter. A lot of people overlook that. In case of a nuclear attack or something like that, there is definitely a gas mask and filter can help you. You may not be right in the middle of where it happens, and if you are, the gas mask probably isn't going to help. But if you are on the outskirts, the radiation and fallout, it can help you so you can get from point A to point B. And something that I think is important to have in your preps. So if you have to move about, going outside, you're going to have to deal with this kind of stuff. So having that in your preps. And number 10, most of us have pets. We want to make sure we have plenty of food and extra water. A lot of people don't think about having extra water for their pets. They need water too. We have to make sure that we have water for us and our families, and also our pets. They are part of our families. So making sure we have enough for pets as well, and a decent supply of dog food. If you buy dry kibble, it is only going to last so long. It does have high amounts of oil in a lot of the kibble. You want to look at the ingredients, definitely. You can store it past the best by date a lot of times, but not huge lengths of time past the best by date because of that high oil content. You don't want to be feeding them bad food. And I think making sure that you have recipes for dog food so you can get them the correct nutrients when you're not able to buy dog food. And boy, is it getting expensive at the store. I was pretty shocked at cat food yesterday. I was like, whoa, holy mama. The prices are just really going up, and being able to make it yourself can make it go that much longer, because you can take it from your leftover food or whatever. Knowing what things your animals can eat and what things they can't eat is really important. Long before dog food, people made food for their animals. They ate what they ate, what the people ate. So making sure I would tuck away a couple of recipes of basic ingredients just so you have some reference of where to go when you need to. If you have other ideas of things that you think people forget, put them down in the comments down below. It really can be helpful to other people in the community. They may have forgotten something and it might help someone out. And that's it for today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.